We interrupt your Daru for this regularly scheduled broadcast of 425 versus, I don't actually know what they're called anymore, BFF. Although they're wearing a ZMC tag, but it doesn't matter because this is our second map of the night. I'm Ryushi, joining me is Sideshow, and once again, Jon is still running that camera. But yes, welcome indeed to the Team Fortress TV cast of 425 versus BFF. They're not going ready, but they were readying up, so I panicked and said everything very fast. But yes, Sideshow, welcome.
I have just realised what the ZMC tag stands for. It stands for Zebasai and Miralin Carry, which is what Miralin wanted to rename the team. Looks like they're readying up now. Just a public service announcement. Cadus is playing from Shintaz's house because they ran out of wildcards and his internet went down. As we see Cadus rolling out really quickly there to mid and getting loads of damage down on the 425 guys. They play more of a passive-aggressive kind of middle BFF here, as Knudsen and Zebasai both get taken down, and the scouts for 425 Kenzie going huge there, taking back Miralin and Cadus as 425 convincingly take that middle.
Yeah, what happened there? BFF tipped to be one of the strongest teams this season, getting absolutely decimated on their first middle of this first map, which of course is Turbine, if you did not know that.
Yeah, they got destroyed there by the soldiers. The soldier aggression from 425 bunched up the entire BFF, or Zebasai and Miralin Carry team, into a corner on Turbine mid there, and they just got rinsed by Death, and then Kenzie coming in afterwards and finishing up everybody. But it looks like 425 are not really holding this mid very well. They've only got Death on it. They really need another player here. He comes back to the mid fight.
Well, this is because they are actually Ubering in on that from that banana into that intel room of BFF right now, and a lot of players go down. They lose Kenzie and Sid Vicious, so there's going to be no scouts onto that intel, and Cadus hitting that huge air pipe onto Shayu there, and convincing defense from BFF to defend that intel and push 425 all the way back into their spawn.
Yeah, a much better Ruby there from BFF. I actually got some intel before from the BFF team. I'll tell you later, as the BFF squad are rolling straight through here, giving middle no more than a second look as they roll all the way through to the enemy's intel room here and force them back into their spawn.
They do eventually pop Uber and actually pick up Sid Vicious as well, so there's going to be no danger of him going behind right now. Flip is on 21 health and going to be trying to get out. Kenzie's going to pick up Cadus and Knudsen, so Kenzie going huge so far. On must be like a 6k so far this map. And now they're in a lot of danger.
425 rotated really nicely there through their intel and back onto mid with a huge Uber advantage, but Zebasai came in and just killed Dicker in 2 rockets. Dicker wasn't able to surf the first rocket because Zebasai placed it so perfectly, and he just equalises the Uber there and everybody on BFF dies.
I don't know if that's going to be enough though, because Cadus dies a second time there, trying to come out of shutter onto that intel, which is so close, but 425 have defended their intel really, really well. As you said, that huge rotation, Zebasai almost messed it up for them, but that's pretty much perfect from 425, apart from Dicker dying middle, and I think they're going to be able to send this intel all the way back, and Kenzie picks up another intel cap as well, so they're now 2-0 up, and they hold middle, so BFF not showing their strength so far.
No, they had one better Uber fight, but then they kind of failed the push in there, and weren't able to convert that into a cap. I believe Flip got chased.
Yeah, he got caught out with Miralin, and destroyed by Death, and I think it was Kenzie again. Yeah. But now 2 players down for 425. Sid Vicious is just respawning though, so depends what's going to happen here. The intel is finally been sent back.
It is equal Uber, so I would imagine that the BFF team is just going to hold and wait for the push in from 425 as soon as come down respawns. I think Death's going to be the one holding mid, possibly with a scout, and they're going to push the rest of their team in and try and secure another cap. But oh hello, the config was set up wrong apparently.
Yep, there we go.
So the
well, 425 don't have to push there. They're 2-0 up, and
BFF are actually pushing out from banana. As we see the counter Uber coming in, Zebasai trying to do as much as he possibly can with his Uber, but gets picked out by Sid Vicious and Kenzie. And Miralin just gets completely caught out as well. The BFF team crumbling under the pressure here. As Knudsen comes in, really big play by Knudsen. Gets Dicker, Death and Sid Vicious. Really great play by Knudsen there, coming in from the vent. Possibly saving it for his team. Starkey comes in, seeing what he can get done, but he's just going to have to retreat as he doesn't fancy taking on those 3 players. I actually got some intel, this is what I tell you earlier, about the BFF team from one of their players. They call out Zebasai and Miralin, saying that they had no idea to play the map, and that their combo was going to get absolutely you know, rinsed in this game because they just don't have a clue how to play it. And we're seeing that in these Uber fights here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, a lot of damage is being done from both teams, and a lot, once again, BFF crumble there. So, yeah, their combo not seeming to have any idea what to do is really, really hurting them. Miralin and, I think is that Stark or Flip? I don't know. Stark eventually defending that second point, but Kenzie's going to pick up Stark, and Miralin has to retreat, firing those needles down the stairs to stop anyone from defending. But it's 3-0 up, going to be 4-0 up for 425 right now.
Yeah, this is incredibly convincing. And they seem to be winning all the DM fights as well, because the soldiers from BFF aren't giving Cadis any room. Knutson goes down there straight away, and Zebasai comes in from the top, possibly trying to get some kind of pick on Dicker. But this is Cadis just completely getting locked in. Yeah, the soldiers from BFF are giving him absolutely no room to work with. Cadis is an incredible demo man, and he's going to smash the enemy team if you give him an inch to work with. And unfortunately, he's just getting completely pressured out, and the soldiers from BFF are not giving him any room to work.
Yep. Both Ubers do get forced out in red intel room right now, but it's only going to be a scouter for red. He does manage to get Stark, does manage to get Sid Vicious there, and now in comes the soldier. But there's going to be an intel chasing away. Kenzie does get destroyed.
This is great
Death
play
as
by
well.
Knutson and Stark. They managed to completely kite that Uber and then come in just as it was fading and cripple it. Shayu picks up the intel actually and tries to escape by Banana, but he's definitely going to go down here. Yeah, he just gets destroyed. And that was really nice play from Stark and Knutson there, as they managed to rotate around the Uber as it was coming in from 425, and then crush it as it faded. We actually see a spy from Sid Vicious as well, as he's probably trying to edge the enemy intel forward. And we actually see a sniper function instantly goes down to Zebasai.
Well, they were ready for that, but let's see what Sid Vicious is going to be able to do. He's going to look to try and, I think, probably reset the cooldown, maybe. Yeah. He's going to try and get that cooldown reset on that intel, because no one at the moment is watching it, other than Cadis, who's sort of on mid, but the cooldown does get reset there, and that is all they need right now. As, in fact, Shoyu's going to pick it up. He's got 4 health, though. He's not going to be able to jump out, but all they're doing right now is just dragging it inch by inch closer and closer to their own home. But the longer they wait, the more caps that BFF are getting right now. Knutson's going to make this 3 as he escapes out Banana. And Pogo's his way towards his own intel room.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't agree with this kind of sacking people for the intel just to reset the spawn and stuff like that. But this is the last intel capture that 425 needs. The more that they try and sack for this, the more that BFF really have to try and defend it, because if this intel gets taken by 425, they've completely lost this first round. And they come out again just to reset the timer. The Roman soldier comes in and they just inch it further and further forward. Dicker goes down there again trying to take it. And they've got a scout now. The scout going through the intel. The scout goes through the vent and he's off with it. Kenzie actually goes through the vent. And he's the last one. But he's still going to get the cap, tries to chase him. And that's great play by 425 as they secure the first round.
Oh man, did you see that body block by Sid Vicious to stop Zebasai from chasing?
That was really incredible play on that last cap actually. I really like that from 425. They realised that they don't need to have these Uber exchanges and stuff. When they only focused on this last cap, they can afford BFF to get a few, because all they need is that last one to win. That's a really nice play by that.
BFF are also fighting it 5v6 there, of course, because they've got to keep sending someone to the blue intel room to try and catch up to them on points. So it's going to be a 5v6 defending that intel, and 425 just play it perfectly.
Yeah, here we go for
But we'll see what's going to happen on this second mid.
Cadis, again, getting a lot more damage on the enemy team. Actually doesn't hit that damage. You would think that he'd be going for stickies there, but unfortunately Cadis just gets rinsed immediately. Shayu and Kenzie going down, but they trade for Zebasai, Flip and Knutson. Starkey and Miralin are the only ones alive here, and they're going to get pressured out as Starkey goes incredibly low. And the 425 team, again, just managed to take Cadis down immediately because he's not getting protected on these mid-fights. And he's trying to pipe spam at the beginning, which unfortunately his rollers and pipes aren't really connecting at the beginning of these mid-fights. You know, you feel like he'd be better off trying to get some good sticky spam down.
Yeah, well, Sid Vicious does have the intel. He's running away like hell in intel room. Actually gets forced out by Dicker, but it doesn't matter because they pick up Cadis with it, so well worth it for an Uber touch there. Miralin does have 100% right now, but they're going to get a point on the board, and without that damage from the demo, it could be a very dangerous hold for them, very dangerous push for them to make onto middle right now.
Yeah, the 425 team really need to force this out of Miralin, as he goes down to 71 HP, but they didn't have any soldiers alive, I believe, to really get it. Oh! Oh, and Sid Vicious runs in, hits a lovely meat shot on Cadis and gets him to kill himself with a sticky. Cadis has just been completely and utterly taken out of this turbine game. The scouts and the soldiers have got so much pressure on him, and 425 have absolutely got the game plan down. They know that Cadis is such a dangerous player, and they're just completely isolating him. As we see Kenzie sniping from spawn here, let's see if he can do something amazing. He actually forces the Uber from mirror lane as he gets the fear there, and Stark runs away with the cap.
Yeah, but the combo is behind. It's going to do a lot of damage to Zebasai, but I don't think it's going to work. Xiaoyu's eventually going to go down. In comes Death, trying to do as much damage as possible, but no, Dicker and Death are both going to be going down there. And a bit of a mistimed play there by, by 425.
Yeah, they really need to just rotate out of there. If the enemy team has the Uber charge, you need to force it and then just give up a cap, frankly, and rotate to another place that you can hold. I mean, if you're in the intel room like they were, and somebody's coming in or your spawn door with the Uber, you have to try and force it as they come past spawn, which they managed to do. But then you have to rotate to mid with your Uber and try and kite the enemy's Uber, and that just didn't work for them. And now they've got another cap here, so this is going to be 2-1 to BFF, and they've got control over their intel, which is hanging out in the edge of their banana, and they hold mid again. As we see Sid Vicious on Spy and Kenzie on Sniper, they're really loving these off classes today.
Well, let's see if they're going to be able to do anything. I think Sid Vicious has spotted out the intel. He's just going to... There's a scout right next to it. He just picks it up. Oh. He resets the timer once again, but they lose 3. Have gone off.
And Zebasai apparently has had a huge Uber there. Oh, no, sorry, the Ubers haven't gone off. It's just been... it was Uber advantage there for BFF, and Zebasai went in and picked up 3, I believe, with his shotgun.
Oh no, it was 2. No, it was 2. It was 2 because Sid Vicious died to the sticks.
Yeah, and Sid Vicious died to the stickies. Yeah, but well caught.
It doesn't matter because it's 3-1 right now for BFF. So
Dicker drops!
Wow!
Dicker drops to a huge direct by Zebasai in the vent, expecting that, and now they've lost that. And Marilyn has a 45, probably more like a 60% advantage by the time Dicker spawns.
And everyone is down for 425 right now. They gave a bit of room to Cadis, and he did so much with it right there. And now he's trapping up spawn as well. So 425 not in a good position. Xiaoyu's going to walk out. He doesn't there we go. Cadis waits until he sees the stickies before popping them.
Yeah, he's a really good demo man, and he knows when to wait his sticky trap and see if he can get a med, and when to pick the pocket. And now they're just going to be able to hold middle. Kenzie again running that sniper. I'm going to be honest, he hasn't really hit many headshots on Turbine. I'd really prefer him to scout. He was putting so much pressure on Cadis originally as scout, really winning them some crucial battles.
Yeah, well, he has switched back onto it now, and I don't think it's going to be enough because Stark's actually sneaked the Uber through Banana, and he's going to try and get away with it. And I think he is. He is so low, but he does actually get shot down by Kenzie there. But I don't think it matters because there's so many BFF players on middle right now that they can just pick up that Uber as soon as they possibly can and just run it back into their intel.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they know that Kenzie's got behind them here. I mean, they knew that Stark took him down. He took Stark down. But I think he's still bopping around behind them. I'm not quite sure where he is, but surely he's going to go for the intel here.
Well, what is... No.
Oh, we've had a pause.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. I was going to say, did BFF know that the enemy's intel is on their... Because they don't... like, none of mid players seem to be, looking to cap it. They're all just hanging around mid, waiting for a scout. The blue intel is on red stairs with Kenzie waiting to try and kill whoever tries to go for it.
Oh yeah, yeah. I imagine that they're waiting for the spawner of Starkey, or maybe Flip, to go back to this intel and try and get it. But
it's 4-1. If they just send a soldier to go and get it, he'll.
Oh, of course,
it,
yeah. Oh well, surely they have no idea then. Maybe, honestly, I have no idea what's going through BFF's heads there. They'd be taking that intel and bunching up and escorting it back to their intel. There's absolutely no reason for them to be holding mid, and there's certainly no reason for Flip to be in the main of the enemy intel, or Cadis to be sticky trap and spawn.
Yeah, what is going on here? Oh well, at least maybe Starkey's been told them now that this pause has gone. Oh, of course, no, the pause.
No, it's 90 seconds in the future.
Yeah, of course, yeah. So maybe Stark will eventually get his voice heard on in Mumble that the intel is behind them, and they'll realise and turn around. But yeah, so we're just waiting on the pause to finish. John has told me that the reason they paused is because Come Down timed out. So it looks like BFF won this round, or 425 defended it.
Well, you would imagine that BFF would be able to win this round, but surely it hasn't taken them 90 seconds. So goodness knows what happened there. I would imagine that we're going into another round they paused in the off time.
Why would they put?
You know, in the in-between time, between rounds. Because it's 1-1.
Yeah, but they don't have to. It's not being played. It's like I'm in a game.
Oh yeah, of course. So they don't need to pause. Goodness knows what's happening then. I have no idea. Yeah. Maybe Kenzie goes huge here and defends the intel.
Maybe he gets a 6K.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. He's definitely set up there to kill somebody who goes and gets the intel. Maybe they're just assuming that Stark can pick it up from spawn. But yeah, I don't know what's going through the BFF heads here. They should just be escorting this intel right the way back.
Well, I have no idea what's going on. Maybe Lippy's going to join. They're going to pick up him instead. Yeah, as of course he is on the roster, and they are allowed to by the ETF2L rules. So depends if Come Down gets his internet back in time. And no, I thought I had connection problems there, but I think we're going to be all right. I'm hoping STV doesn't crash, because that would really put a downer on everyone's day right now.
Yeah, it would. And yeah, so just what I was talking about earlier, I was talking to the one of the players at BFF, and he said that he normally enjoys playing Turbine, but he really wasn't enjoying playing it with this team because he just felt like the combo of BFF really didn't know what they were doing, often in the wrong place, not understanding when to rotate, etc. And you know, I think that's it. It's really shown that some of the players on BFF don't quite know how to play this map when they're getting beaten by 425. You would expect BFF to be stomping this and not letting them get any rounds.
Do they get any points for getting around? I assume they do.
No, they don't. No, they don't, actually. It's they only get points if it goes to a golden cap, and the only way Turbine can go to a golden cap is if one of the rounds is drawn. So say BFF win this round and then it's 1-1. In the final round, the final best of 3, if it ends, if the time limit is reached and it's something like 2-2, it then goes to a golden cap, and each team gets 1 point, and then the golden cap is fighting over the remaining point.
Okay, I see.
So if the score ends 2-1 with BFF winning this round and then the next one, or 2-1 to 425, then whichever team gets the 2-1 wins all 6 points.
But what happens if it's like all 3 rounds go to a golden cap? Then 9 points are up for grab?
No. The golden cap is just for the entire thing. So if the first one went to a draw, then the second one went to a draw, and then the third one went to a draw, you would still just play 1 golden cap at the end. You don't play a golden cap after every round, you play a golden cap at the end of the best of 3 rounds.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay. Yes. Okay. I think.
It's quite a confusing rule, and to be honest, the Turbine rules are fairly complicated, but it's also made even more complicated by the fact that we haven't played it for so long in the EU scene.
Yeah, well, I've never played it, so I'm completely lost here. So, and I'm completely lost when I play it anyway, as I think my last team's official proved when we got absolutely destroyed by some Germans. But yeah, this pause is taking a long time. I wonder what's going on. I'm guessing they're trying to get mercs in, or trying to get even a sub in for 425. I wonder how that'll affect them as well, because Come Down and Shayu have been really synced up and really playing well together, or at least they were in the first round. They don't seem to be able to have had the chance in the second round, but just completely destroy Cadus and then just go to work on the enemy combos. So I wonder what's going to happen if they bring in a sub.
Yeah, I imagine that they'd try and bring in Lippy, who's played with the team quite a lot, and I don't think that'll hurt them too badly. I think he's got quite a lot of... Oh, we see a unpause, repause, so I think we're going to be going live here very shortly. But yeah, I think they'll be bringing in Lippy, and I don't think that'll really cause a problem. Oh, but it is, I've been informed. He's managed to fix his internet problems, or whatever was the issue. Maybe he's had to go to Shintaz's house as well, and they're all cuddled up. As we see the unpause now, and BFF still not really realising that they could win this. And now Knudsen goes back for the intel.
Well, Kenzie's already got 1 frag on the respawning start, but he doesn't manage to get 2. And that is going to be surely our 5-1 and go into our second round. Third round. There we go.
And it looks like they must have already gone into the round when they paused it then. Otherwise, there'd be no reason to pause.
Yeah, they must have readied up immediately then.
Yeah, and it seems like they did. They readied up immediately, and we're going to be off into the next round. Trying to take us away on mid, Ryushi.
Yeah, both teams really desperate to win and get onto this, get onto the next map. So let's see what's going to happen. Cadis comes out really aggressively, tries to put out a lot of damage onto 425, but as my HUD is broken, I don't know what's going on. But in comes a bomb from Knutson, and he does a lot of damage, but it doesn't matter. Dicker actually gets shot through his dome by his players, and now 425 crumble here as they're only 2 up. I don't know where they are, but I think they're back. Come down.
It's come down and Death that are still alive. Come down may have timed out, fairly shortly.
This will be when he's timed out then, and Death
But Death gone behind for the intel, and he's actually got it in their banana, but he's going to go down. It's a very odd play by Death. You really need your demo and putting out damage on the middles there. And yeah, this is where Come Down timed out. And I think, I'm going to be honest, I think, maybe it's my ego, but I think the big difference there was something that I called out earlier, and it was that Cadis wasn't spamming pipes at the shutter door anymore. He was just getting the sticky spam, and he really rained damage upon them that round. He pushed up the ramp so that he had a bit of height advantage and couldn't get hurt as well, just smashing stickies down upon them. As we see the full 425 team out from vents here to try and get something to work. Unfortunately, Dicker and Kenzie go down immediately, but they do get Mirrolin. I'm not sure what the Ubers were like there as my HUD's broken, but we've got a full DM fight going on here. It looks like Cadis is going to go down as he's a bit ostracised from the rest of his team.
Yeah, Kenzie's also going to try and duel that Stark, who is going to actually almost get 2 scouts there, but now both teams sort of gesturing at each other in the middle right now, as looks like Shoyu's going to pick up that intel. Where even is he? Mirilin's got the intel as well, running through his own spawn, and it's just gone absolutely hectic for a few seconds there. I think Shoyu's going to bring 425 their first point on this round, but Mirilin counters with it, making it 3-1. I am irrevocably confused.
Yeah, unfortunately the HUD's completely crippled for me, so I have no idea what's going on. I don't know what the scores are or anything. But we have 425 holding the midpoint here with a slight disadvantage, but it really shouldn't affect. And we're going to be an Uber v Uber fight as they take it in and try and cap BFF's intelligence.
Yeah, it's going to be... I wonder where they're going to go, because Death looks like he wants to maybe try and push in that vents. No, they're going to rotate and maybe try for that banana push once again. It seems to be working out alright for them. If they can just get onto Cadis and pick him off early on, they're going to come straight in. The Uber comes early. They see the sticky trap from Cadis, but now in comes Zebside trying to do as much damage to the players who are behind. And they're just going to sort of posture each other, and then 425 are going to back out and hope they can catch out BFF when they try and come back in. But BFF don't need to come back in. They can stay defending their intel because they are 3-1 up.
Yeah, it looks like 425 are pushing in here, and Cadis is doing incredible damage onto them all, assisted by Zebasai there, and they've completely crushed the 425 players that were going in, and they're going to be able to push this out to mid.
Once again, BFF can sort of come out, they can push onto mid, but if they see anything start to go south, they can just immediately back out to last again. Why is it first to one? What? But this isn't a golden cap.
This isn't the golden cap. This is the best of 3, John. Don't worry.
No,
it's not a golden cap. Shush. Don't worry. It's a best of 3.
They can't hear you, but you're wrong anyway. 425 destroy the combo of their own intel room, and now they're pushing out. They pick up Cadis as well. Knutson's going to try and do as much damage as possible, but he's surely going to get focused down immediately. Does pick up Shoyu though, and now in comes Flip from behind, tries to do something, but no, Kenzie's just going to shut him down. 425 try to go for this middle, for the intel.
We see the sneaky Stark heavy here. Oh, but he just gets absolutely rinsed by Sid Vicious and Kenzie. Yeah, if you're confused as to what we were talking about on the stream there, we were just having a little debate about the turbine rules with John. He assumed that they were playing a golden cap, but unfortunately this is just the end of the best of 3. Or fortunately for us, we get to see more stuff. So it looks like this is going to be 2-3 now in favour of BFF, as 425 still controls middle, and if I can see the HUD, yeah, it looks like they've got about a 20% advantage as well, which they might be able to push with.
Well, they definitely could. I mean, I don't know if you're watching Kenzie's cam, but he was hidden behind in that red intel room, and he was just waiting for Mirilin to try and pick him off as he came down, but he didn't manage to do it. But the blue Uber is coming out right now onto that higher ground, and then pushing straight into the intel room. They might end up drop players, but no, Mirilin gets it just in time, pops it off, and just sits back to defend. They're not dealing with anything. They're not pushing out with it. They might try now. And, well, last time they pushed out, they got destroyed on middle, so we'll see what's going to happen this time. Maybe they'll just be content to not push and just sit back with the fact that they are still winning and there is 5 minutes left on the clock.
Yeah, it's quite possible that they'll hold, but I imagine that they'll get bored of that in a while and try and make some kind of play. You know, you can't sit there forever because eventually one of their Ubers is probably going to work in their favour. Although, actually, if I was BFF, I'm going to be honest, I would be perfectly happy sitting back because Zebasai and Merlin's actual Uber v Uber situations have worked out pretty well. It's just they're rotating and things that they're sometimes a little slow on. So, you know, I'm perfectly comfortable on BFF. I'm Zebasai and Merlin. I'm telling them to come into me again and again and again. I'll single, we'll get more picks, and we'll be able to push out. Stark actually running the engineer. This is the first time we've seen this on Turbine. He's put it in a really odd position actually, and he gets taken down immediately by Sid Vicious. But he realises now that the Uber's coming through vents, and surely he's called that to his team. As Merlin looks suspiciously to vents, but no, they still haven't realised, and this is going to be an Uber dropping down through vents. I really don't like this play because and they've Ubered straight away. As Dicker, what are they doing? The Uber has been popped off for blue team, but they're still around in vents, and that has just achieved absolutely nothing. I really dislike this play of Ubering through vents because either Dicker gets ostracised or they do ostracised, gets put down in the intel room, or they achieve absolutely nothing and they don't even drop down. So it looks like both teams have just dropped 2 players. Zebasai gets an extra pick there on Death, which is going to be absolutely crucial, and it's going to allow BFF to push out into mid. But they've still got some combo hanging around somewhere. Whereabouts is Dicker?
Dicker and Shayu were behind. They stayed in vents. They came out. They've gone for the intel, and now they're desperately fighting Cadis and Merlin.
And Cadis hits a big, pipe there on.
I don't understand what's going on anymore. Lost sight of this map.
Thankfully, though, the HUD has returned.
Yes. Thankfully the HUD has returned, and now Cadis taking a lot of damage. A lot of players from blue are out on middle, but in comes Flip, takes down Death. Surely he's going to get deathmatch Mackenzie, but not before Cadis somehow picks up Sid Vicious with a nice little sticky there.
Yeah, Merlin's got the Uber charge as well, and they're going to be able to defend their intel, and they've got another capman in here by Knudsen. So Knudsen caps again, and that brings it to 4-2. Unfortunately, Shayu tried to take the Uber out there, which was really take the intel out there, which was really odd, and Zebasai and Merlin just Uber on them and crush them. But that's given Dicker an Uber advantage of about 50%, which they should be able to use to get in and get an intel. Well,
they're suiciding players here, but them are going down as well.
Stark getting a great pick on Dicker there to equalise the Ubers.
What is? They're
just having a raw DM fight all over the mid. You know, 425 tried to push with their Uber advantage, but I mean, it's not an Uber advantage unless you actually have the Uber. So it's, you know, a bit of a rash move there by 425. Maybe they see the timer going down, they've only got 2 minutes left and they're 2 caps behind. They feel like they have to do something, but really they should have just waited for their Uber, just held mid and been a bit more patient. Now they've got Def and Chayu down, so they've got no heavy classes with their combo, and they're definitely going to lose another intel cap here. But they can't afford to. This will be BFF's winning the map if they manage to take this intel.
Well, that's 3 down. Knudsen gets a triple kill there, by picking up the 4th. Knudsen with 4k on that on that intel push. Jesus, I keep calling that last push.
This is an interesting play by Kenzie. Oh, I thought he was going to try and get to their intel and 1v1 the scout that was there, but he just gets picked up on mid. And Stark runs behind, and I'm watching Stark as he pedals his little legs all the way back to the intel room, and this is going to be it. And that is the win for BFF. After a really nice first round by 425, unfortunately they're not able to convert it into some actual points. So, you know, it was a really good game. They managed to put up quite a bit of effort and even managed to steal the first round. But they don't manage to get any points from this fixture, and the win goes to BFF.
Yeah, but of course it can all change on process, although I think BFF are going to be a little more comfortable on process. As I think, well, of course,
It's okay, Ryushi. You can do it. Do some tongue exercises. You've got this.
Okay, yeah.
Not
the
those
combo
kind of tongue exercises.
Of Zebasai and Merlin, of course, used to play for Broda, and Process was a fantastic map for them. There we go.
It really was.
There we go. So they'll be a lot more comfortable on that than they look to be on Process.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest though. No offense to Knudsen, but I rate Broda's jukebox a little higher than I do BFF's Knudsen.
I don't know. In this, well, I mean, yeah, that's a given. But to be fair, Knudsen did look fantastic on this map. He was doing so much.
Actually, yeah.
He was doing so much, and a lot more than he normally does.
Yeah, I mean, the guy took a lot of stick when he played for Dota. Was that last season or the season before?
Yeah, last season.
Yeah, last season, and he was really not the best roamer in the world when he played for Dota, but he seems to have really picked his game up, and he's doing quite well for BFF.
Well, I mean, he always was pretty good. So, or back when he was originally playing for Quarantine. So, he's starting to get that back and catching up with the current meta and everything. So, he's a worthwhile member of the team. Not just a dot mascot anymore.
Yeah, definitely.